Yes. Start off with a smile. It's Monday. It's Motivational Monday. And I'm feeling good, feeling great. Not really, but I'm here. I just, I really didn't feel like it today. But when you don't feel like it, that's when the best work comes out. Now I am looking for, hold on, pause for this. Okay, there we go. We're back. I just had to remember where it was. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night to wherever you are. I am so happy to be here on this July 17th, 2023 on a Monday, Motivational Monday. I think it's like I've done quite a few of these. I can't remember what episode I'm on because I've been doing this for like almost 3 years now. Well, 2 years actually, but feels like a long time. But my motivational Mondays have the most episodes. Then my real estate ones are next because it's real estate Tuesday. I know last week I didn't come on. Some things happened. I'm still working on this closing with a client that has been taking us through the ringer. But guess what? God will prevail. God will provide, and it's going to work out for our good. So this is what we're doing. So today it's Motivational Monday. We're here. We're celebrating life because life do be lifing, but guess what? We're still here in order to experience it. So you might not have a great day today. Mine was a little hectic, a little stressful, but I'm here because I had a word as if I was a preacher, but I'm not. But it's Motivational Monday, so I'm here to lay it all out for you. So maybe it'll make you feel better about your day. How about that? So, my name is Toria Howard, and I'm a real estate professional here in Memphis, Tennessee. But I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. So, what up, though, to all my Detroit people? I am also in the financial literacy space where I can help you repair your credit and create a budget, get you a will and trust, life insurance, all those different things, right? And I'm a business funding broker. But today we're talking about impatience can make you miss the blessing. How many of you are impatient? Drop some flames in the comments if you're impatient. I am. I need to drop my own flames, okay? Because I am a very impatient person. I want what I want when I want it. And a lot of times, haste makes waste. So you have to be mindful of that, right? So I'm a wordsmith. So, what is the definition of impatience, right? Eager to desire for relief or change, restlessness, right? So that's one part of it. Let me look up the root word patience. So we'll have some context. So the ability or willingness to suppress relentlessness or annoyance when confronted with delay is patience. So impatience is the opposite of that. So we resist the ability and willingness to suppress relentlessness or annoyance when confronting with delay. And delays can be so annoying, so taxing, so all of those things, right? Because especially when you're eager for something, right? When you want something to happen right now, you are impatient because you can taste it, you can feel it, you can see it in your vision, in your mind, and you want it right then and right now, right? But impatience can make you miss the blessing. And I have plenty of examples of that. But the thing is, how do you conquer that? Is the question. So, like I said, patience is an ability or willingness to suppress relentlessness or annoyance when confronted with delay. So, relentless can be good or bad. Relentlessness can be good or bad. So, you can be relentless in your pursuit of happiness, in a positive, non-toxic way. You can be relentless in going after your dreams because nothing is going to stop you. Life be life, and that's not going to stop you. People get in your way, that's not going to stop you. People try to talk you out of it, that's not going to stop you. There's nothing wrong with that relentlessness, right? But sometimes the relentlessness can change into a negative when we're pressing and pushing for something that's not for us. And we have all the signs in front of us to tell us to stop. It's a stop sign. Say stop. Stop the presses. But we continue on with the relentlessness to get it done because we feel a certain type of way. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. I am talking to myself right now, but it's okay. But let me say this. Drop a one in the comments if you are new to my live. Drop a two if you're watching this live. And drop a three if you're watching a replay. And I really appreciate it. So we talked about what patience means. And patience, meaning the opposite, right? You gotta have an ad on everything when you don't pay for it. So impatience is eager desire for relief or change, relentlessness. And sometimes we're so eager for change that we go about things too hastily. And when you do haste, it makes waste, right? So Philippians 4, 6, and 7 speaks to this. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. But it's hard to do that as humans because it's so much, we live in a microwave society. We live in a time where we want things to happen right then and there, right now, because we can have instant gratification sometimes. We can have things turn around and happen right now. We can do all of the things that make it seem like it's happening right now, but sometimes things take patience, right? A lot of times the best things grow under pressure, but that pressure takes time, right? Some of the best things that come about, you know, takes time to grow. And we have to learn in the growth process how to grow mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And that's why sometimes it takes us longer in the process and we're so anxious because we're missing something where we're not growing in a certain area mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's usually because anytime something great, we want something great in our lives, we have to be prepared for it. You have to have the capacity for it. And if you're not prepared or have the capacity for it, you're going to fumble it. You're going to fumble the bag. You're going to fumble whatever it is. You're going to fumble the business because you haven't grown enough to take on the capacity that it takes to get to that level. And that's the thing. A lot of us miss that part of it because growth can hurt. Growth can be struggle. Growth can make you want to quit because it's so hard. And it's, if you ever experienced, I was a coach, I coached basketball. And anytime, I coached boys at one point. And anytime boys had a growth spurt, they hurt. They need to lay down for a second because sometimes they didn't know what was happening, but it was a transformation. And then all of a sudden they wake up and they go from 5'5" to 6'7" in the summer. Like how does that actually work, right? And the pain of it all, they're experiencing the pain of the growth, but they don't know what it actually is. And that's what it is when we're moving through life. We have these pains and the things that's happening, but we don't know why they're happening. And so we can't see it, so it makes us want to lay down. It makes us want to quit. It makes us want to not do the things that we're supposed to do. Maybe I'm just talking to me. I am just talking to me, but I'm just talking to me, right? So those are the things that we have to remember during the growth period. It's going to hurt. There's going to be some growing pain. That's why it's called growing pains. There's going to be some growing pains. It's going to hurt. There's going to be, some things that you have to start over and you might have to restart something. You might have to do something else. You might have to pivot. You might have to change. But in that instance, you have to look at it as I'm growing as a person. So how are you growing through this moment? I know from coming from a teacher to an entrepreneur, I have a lot of great skills because, I'm not afraid to talk to people because I used to talk to 150 students every single day. And those are the most difficult audiences, right? I know how to present information because I used to have to do that every single day for 7 hours of the day, six, because we had a planning period. Okay. I know how to use discernment and know how to navigate when I'm talking to different personalities and know how to adjust very quickly. And I know how to be compassionate but firm at the same time and get my point across with love, but also understanding that I'm serious and that I'm with it. But, in that, sometimes you can be a little bit more lenient because we're used to giving students, extra credit, extra time, extra this. And sometimes that leniency, has hindered my business because because I am compassionate and I love people, I've let people take advantage of me and my kindness. And that's not nobody else's fault but mine because I have to be able to separate it, know when to use discernment when people deserve that kindness versus when they need me to be that stern person that I need to be in order for them to get the job done. So I have to remember that, right? That's one of the things. Sometimes I just have way too much compassion for people. I give way too many chances, right? And then, another thing was at the time, I didn't know how to run a business because I didn't treat my teaching career as a business. I treated my teaching career as a job because that's what it was. So I didn't know how to operate a business. Did I take business classes and do all those things? Yes, I got two business degrees. One from Michigan State University, Go Green. I have a supply chain management degree, and I have a degree in operations management. So I know business in theory. I didn't know business in practice. And that's two different things. And that slowed my process because I didn't get the proper mentorship. I didn't spend the money wisely, and I didn't do the things that I was supposed to do correctly. So that's why I'm writing a book about it. So it's gonna be coming out pretty soon. I'm writing a book about the mistakes that I made from going from teacher to entrepreneur, right? And it's going to encompass the things that I experienced because of the mindset that I had and had to realize that I am going through a growth period because of the fact that I did not put the certain steps in place. I didn't put the right people in order. I didn't do the things that I was supposed to do. Now, did I do some things right? Yes. I did set up, my partner at the time. We got our EIN, we got the LLC, we got the website, I got the business email. I'm still working on the virtual office thing, you know. So I did certain things correctly, but a lot of things I did not. And a lot of it was an act of impatience because I want what I want when I want it. I knew I should have got my personal finances in order before I tried to go out and get funding. Did I know that? Kinda, but I really didn't because I was listening to all these gurus and real estate professionals like you can buy real estate with no credit, no money, no credit, no money. You can in a creative way if you have the experience. I didn't have that experience. So I needed credit or I needed money or I needed both. It'd have been great to have both. And I had both at one point. Or I had money and no and my credit was bad, but I should have waited. But I just jumped out there because I was just so relentless in my business starting and things getting off the ground and acquiring these properties that I didn't know what I was doing. Now, did I read books? Did we go to the different seminars? Yeah, I did that. I went to real estate school. So it's not like I had a lack of education. I had a lack of experienced education from people that are in the industry. And I didn't realize how much I needed a teacher, how much I needed an educator to guide me along the way, because I thought I knew it all, because I was an educator and I went and I educated myself in theory, because that's what we're used to doing. When you don't know how to operate a business, you operate in theory, and you think that theory is going to get you where you need to go in the real world, and it does not. It's good to know all the things, but you have to be able to understand that business practices and business theory go hand in hand, not one without the other. I have good business theory. I did not have good business practice. Now, did I learn even more stuff as I went along? Yes. So I'm still in my growth period. And when I sprout out, it's ugly right now. It's ugly. Like, right now it's like, right now this is like going whatever. It's ugly right now. It's hurtful right now. It's painful right now, because I'm still stretching. I'm still going through that growth period. I haven't hit that growth spurt yet where I've gotten to the potential, my maximum potential. And I have to understand and be okay with that. I wasn't at first. I was impatiently still operating and doing things. Some in my eye. Impatiently doing things and wasting money and wasting time, and chasing money and adding all these things to my plate and doing all these things that did not serve the main thing, which was my purpose of my real estate business. And I left it by the wayside, and I left it up to whatever. And then I completely left it and started focusing on, because I got passionate about learning about money and credit and all of that. And I left it and I left it, and I continued to leave it, and I continued to leave it, and I continued to leave it. And I look up, it's 3 years later. And I had my company hasn't progressed. Now, yes, I've done some work as a real estate agent, but I got in this to be a real estate investor. I didn't get in this to be a realtor in that sense. Now, will I help people buy and sell houses? Yes, I will. I have a passion for real estate. I have a passion for people. I have a passion for helping people. So I would love doing that part. But I lost focus because of adding too much to my plate. And when I added too much to my plate, that made me work impatiently, and I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of blessings. I know I did. So that's what I'm saying today. Impatience can make you miss the blessing because you're so tunnel vision. You got tunnel vision, right? You only can see one perspective, which is your way. And you're not looking up and waiting patiently for God's way, because we want it so bad, so now, so whatever, like quickly, that we lose sight of the purpose. We lose sight of what we are really supposed to be doing. And we get locked into a lot of different things. And a lot of times it's chasing money is what gets us unfocused. And they say, money is the root of all evil, but it's not. It's the way that we use money is evil. It's the way that we, conduct ourselves with money is the problem. So you have to understand that being patient, you can still be relentless in your pursuit of what God's purpose is telling you to do. And that's where we're missing it. You can be relentless in pursuing the good things and doing the good deeds and doing the work and waiting and relentless in waiting and wait and relentless in growth and learning all that you can learn, so you can and meeting people, and your network is growing. Doing all these things help you grow, but a lot of times it don't make you the money that you want to see. but you're planting the seeds. And planting the seeds are important because if you don't plant the seeds, how do you grow? If you don't plant the seeds, how do you going to see the fruit? So do you think it's just supposed to just happen out of nowhere without no seeds being planted? And when you plant those seeds, sometimes you are the seed. You are the sacrifice. And you got to be in a dark space sometimes. And it's not it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel, right. And you get to this point where you self-sabotaging and talking to yourself and having these self-defeating thoughts saying, I should have been further along. But you know why you weren't further along? Because you did not do the proper steps in preparing yourself for the moment in which you were supposed to level up. You missed the blessing. Impatience can make you miss the blessing. And that's what it is. We have to be patient in waiting, but we have to be patient in the growth and doing all the things that help us grow, like getting the proper people around us, reading books, learning from experiences, having new experiences, meeting, people that you and being in rooms you never thought you would be in, investing in yourself and doing all the things, right? So that's it for today. Impatience can make you miss. Impatience can make you miss the blessing. So let's stop being impatient. We're growing. And the growth period can be hurtful. So I bid you adieu. And I'll see you tomorrow for Real Estate Tuesday. Don't forget to contact me if you need any of my services. If you need a realtor in Memphis, Tennessee, if you are looking to get your credit together, get your finances in order to purchase a home or get a better credit score to be, to buy a house, to buy a car or start a business. If you need business funding, if you need to add some trade lines, I have so many things. And that's part of the problem, right? Yeah, but it's a solution for somebody else. So if you need any of the things, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My link is in my bio on my Instagram. My link is on my Facebook right on this video. And my link is in my YouTube description. So holla at me. I got you. Your girl got you. What hat you want me to put on, I got you. And if I don't know the answer, guess what? I have plenty of people that can help me get it. So y'all have a blessed night or day or evening or however it is where you are. And I'll see you tomorrow.